Good morning, everybody. Being a human being is so amazing. It is so freaking incredible, especially if we are living in the mystery instead of the history, instead of his story. We live in my story, the mystery of life. There's so much here, so much here. So today, I'm going to be doing my second video post on shadow work. And I want to tell you right off the bat here, I should have told you last time, but I didn't, that I use Anchor 35 for shadow work. And I'll tell you why later, but it has to do with the phonetics and a whole bunch of other really amazing stuff in relationship to field theory, probability amplitudes, and that's how to amplify them in the field of all possibility, as well as emotional alchemy and neuroplasticity and neural associative conditioning. I'll talk to you more about that later. And we'll blend it with gematria and what we know about the Platonic solids and the Rosicrucian order and sacred geometry. So anyway, moving on. Shadow work. Shadow work is incredible if we're living in the mystery, because if we're living in the mystery and we're moving towards our own personal version of enlightenment, then every time we dive in and illuminate the shadow that's within us, automatically it chases it out of our field because it no longer has the same energy. We can give it a new meaning. We can rewrite the script. So we can take a look at, let's say, a childhood trauma. Let's say it was stealing a chocolate bar from a convenience store, right? And you remember you're riding down the road and you got the chocolate bar and you feel all the adrenaline is going strong, and then you pull your bike up to this big tree and sit underneath the shade and you crack open the chocolate bar and you take a bite and you're like, gee, it doesn't taste the same as the other chocolate bars that I eat. And all of a sudden this feeling of guilt goes over you. And then you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm all in. And you throw your hat into the ring and you decide to go rob a bank and you go all on out. And then a little while later, later on in life, you got to look back and be like, wow, I should really deal with some of these. I should really deal with some of these things. So that's what shadow work is. And then when we go and deal with it, and we're like, you know what, how many other people went straight from a candy bar to a bank? Like, come on, I got to give myself props for like when I do something, I do it. You know, what happens if I apply this to other areas of my life? What happens if I apply this to, being a positive force for humanity? What if I do this for, use this energy for deepening my understanding of my connection to the cosmos? So we can rewrite that script and be like, thanks a lot, experience. I really appreciate that. And then dissolve it and take away some of its power so that we can, again, absorb more of our light and channel that light in a positive way, because we always get as much money, energy, love as we're capable of managing. So if we can juggle all of this amazing, beautiful energy and channel it towards good, we're going to get more. So that's the beauty of doing shadow work. Okay, Anchor 35, shadow work. Illuminating the shadow and releasing these parasites and these entities and these traumas that are living inside of our body mind, and actually alchemizing them and turning to something much more powerful. And then anchoring what that new meaning is, anchoring that new meaning, and then rewiring it across both sides of the brain and diving into the hypothalamus, bypassing the limbic friction, because it no longer has the same fight, flight, or freeze response. It's got a loving response, a healing response, a response of projected responsibility, a response of projected intention and conscious creation. Yes, because we're meaning-making machines. So, shadow work. This is video 2. Hope you get some benefit out of it. If you do, and you think someone else might as well, give it a like, give it a share, leave a comment or feedback or a request for a conversation around a certain topic in relationship to shadow work, and I'll follow up. Have a wonderful day. God bless.